Hi, Karen here. I'm really excited because I'm about to leave to go to see my friends Chris and Beth. Chris has multiple sclerosis, and I've been very eager to interview him and talk to him about what it's like to live with multiple sclerosis. The World Health Organization estimates that 15% of the world's population, that's over 1 billion people, live with a disability. I hope that you find Chris as interesting and entertaining as I do. I think you'll see why I love having Chris as a friend of mine.
Hello. In layman's terms, multiple sclerosis is the demyelinization of the coating to the nerves. Basically, in a nutshell, my body is attacking my brain and my spinal cord. If you think of something that everybody will know, an electrical wire, if you cut it, you'll see 3 wires inside and the outside coating. The outside coating is the myelin sheath. That's what my body is eating. It thinks it's an intruder. What happens then, the nerves are exposed and they fire off. The nerve signals don't go. So MS is, for me, brain damage every day. There's no effective treatment for me. There's no medication that can stop the progression of my disease. Some people that have MS have relapse remitting, so they experience episodes of being unwell, but then they can relapse so they can maintain a certain quality of life.
And that remission can go on for years, can't it?
Yeah, some people can have an episode only once and then be in complete remission their whole life. I didn't get that form of MS. I got the one that's always getting worse. But within that, I get peaks and troughs. Every day's different.
That's a horse of a different color!
Is it a virus? Do they not know? Is it just your lucky day?
Do I feel lucky?
I'm one of the lucky ones, I guess.
Seems they bring good luck.
There's lots of research around whether it's genetic, around environmental factors. Cases of MS become more clustered the further you get away from the equator. So basically, the northern hemisphere, and especially northern Europe, is a hotspot for MS. MS rates aren't really recorded in hot places, so in countries around the equator, African countries, rates of MS are not reported. Obviously, the further north you are, the less sunlight you get.
Right.
So countries that are predominantly dark a lot of the time have higher rates. I'm quite unusual. Primary progressive MS is predominantly diagnosed in females a lot more.
Really? So this struck your feminine side then, Chris?
Yeah, it did. It gets pulled up. It gets noticed a lot because women go through childbirth, symptoms are alleviated and then they sort of hit home quite strongly after childbirth.
Oh, really?
That's when a lot of women are diagnosed because they deal with childbirth and then their body goes, ooh.
Once you make a woman say, ooh.
Most people are diagnosed before they're 40. I was diagnosed at 44, but I could have been living with MS symptoms for years. Looking back, there's definitely instances in my life where I could attribute it to MS. So I've been living with it since my early 20s, I should imagine.
You used to be in the military, didn't you?
I did indeed.
Yeah. What did you do with the military?
I was a policeman in the Royal Air Force.
Really? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Didn't you?
No.
I thought you did.
No, I didn't know that.
Obviously, that explains a few things.
Yes, okay, I got that, yeah. And when you went to civilian life?
Found myself working within customer service and IT.
Hello, IT. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
So then I moved into social care.
You say you did notice some symptoms, possibly, as you look back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt. One of the most debilitating symptoms of my MS is fatigue.
I'm so fucking tired.
Now, MS can be sort of lumped together with a lot of immunodeficiency disorders like chronic fatigue syndrome, even ALS. Is that true?
We call in this country motor neuron disease. Obviously there's massive similarities between MS and motor neuron disease. Stephen Hawking had motor neuron disease.
Your theory of a donut-shaped universe is intriguing.
So it is possible to live decades with motor neuron disease.
You made an arithmetic mistake on page 2. It was quite a boner.
What I say to people is that MS is as unique to the person that has it as their fingerprint. The way that it affects my body is intrinsically unique to me.
Are there specific areas of the brain that it tends to like more than others, or?
It likes all of it. It eats the lot.
Oh, isn't that great?
No,
no discernible flavors.
No.
No.
MS is the disease that just keeps on giving.
Or taking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just for Christmas. It's for life.
Check out the big brain on bread.
I'm now a full-time wheelchair user. I don't drive anymore. My world has changed significantly. Before I was diagnosed, I was cycling hundreds of miles every week, and that's only 5 years. So
5 years ago.
yeah,
That's a big difference.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's a massive difference.
How do you cope with that?
I don't think I ever get over it. I think acceptance is a big part. I've taught myself through different methods to try and accept it, because if you accept it, you don't have to like it, but acceptance can often make it a lot easier to deal with. I find myself in a perpetual state of mourning, but that's not going to help me. I've struggled with depression my entire life, and not for any apparent reason. MS has the highest recorded rates of that illness within people that have a diagnosis. I'm quite pragmatic about doing what I can today. I can't worry about the past, nothing I can do to change it. I can't predict the future.
Doc?
So all I can do is worry about today. I don't even worry about tomorrow. I just deal with today. I don't really leave the house anymore. Outside can be too peoply. Being positive is a choice. It's something that I work hard on. Nobody else can do that for me. Nobody else can do that for me. I've got to do it myself.
Beth, of course, your wife, she helps a lot as well, I'm imagining.
She takes care of everything. All I have to do is worry about MS. I just have to worry about dealing with my day. She deals with everything else. I have MS, but Beth lives with it. She's the one that does it for me. When I was diagnosed, I thought I had a good circle of friends. A lot of people drifted away, even people whose weddings I'd been best man at.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I guess people have an ideal of you and they've known you all there for years, and then you're not that person anymore. I guess that's their problem, not mine. That's their issue. The friends that I surround myself with now are lovely, lovely people. Obviously present company excluded.
Again, I think young people that have chronic illnesses or such would find that really hard to grasp. I mean, you're looking at this as a 40-year-old man.
Nearly 50.
Nearly 50.
Next year.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Very
Don't
old
apologise.
man now looking back.
Old as fook.
But what is a person in their 20s? What happens to them when their friendships are so important to them?
I don't know.
But what should make what words of advice maybe you can give as your wise counselor person that you are?
The only advice I would ever begin to give somebody is you've got to make peace with yourself. If you don't make peace with yourself, and you don't make peace with your disease, your illness, your situation, whatever it may be, then anything else that anybody tells you is fruitless. It means nothing.
Now, how did you get these new friends? Because you said you lost a bunch of friends, but you got new ones as well, including myself, actually.
Yeah, you picked me up in Starbucks.
You picked me up. How do you meet new friends then? Like, if your old ones are going to let you go, how are you going to find new ones? I mean,
I was alone and I drifted for a long time. I'd been through a divorce, and then I'd got a diagnosis of MS. The relationship that I was in ended. So I was cast adrift for a long time. I was fortunate that I met Beth. She came to Swansea studying a master's degree all the way from America.
Arkansas.
And we met, and then things for me just sort of started to become easier because I had someone that could share the burden. I didn't feel so alone. I went to the MS group once to be told by one of the night helpers that, oh yeah, I helped because my husband died of MS. I was like, oh yeah, that's helpful, thanks. Yeah, I didn't go back there.
But is somebody actually showing support? Not really, unless they want something back. It's. I mean, maybe that person thought genuinely they had a good heart doing that, but it sounds like, no, I want to get better and recover from my loss by coming here, and
Yeah.
and it's not about you, it's me.
Yeah.
It's not you, it's me.
Invented it's not you, it's me. Nobody tells me it's them, not me. If it's anybody, it's me.
MS has given me a lot of freedom because I have no fucks left to give.
I've no more fucks to give.
What people need to realise is this, today, is the best that I will ever be again in my life. And that's hard because tomorrow this could all be gone.
But what should someone say to someone when you say, I've got MS? What is it you want to hear?
I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear people say I'm sorry. My response to that is, well, you didn't give it to me, what are you apologising for? What I like is when I'm out, people say, alright Chris, nice to see you. Don't offer them advice. Oh, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you tried going for a walk? Have you tried going to the forest? No, I haven't. No. No, I haven't. Fuck's sake. I think just be nice to people. Nobody knows what anybody's going through. But think about the words that you use when you greet people. Maybe stop asking people how they are. Maybe start saying to people, nice to see you. That's not offensive.
Do you think people just are also afraid being around someone who's got a chronic illness?
Of course they are. Yeah, but this could happen to anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
You could get hit by a bus today.
Yeah.
You could have a heart attack. You could have a stroke. You can spend your life worrying about it. You can spend your life procrastinating about it. Or you can just get on and enjoy it. Do what you need to do to get through every single day.
Now that you have got a chronic, how do you describe it, by the way? Chronic.
It's you can say it's a chronic, incurable, untreatable, degenerative neurological condition.
Is there anything shorter than that?
Woo! Go Karen. Go Beavers.